Hey, it's Timmy the Monkey! How are you, boy? It's the official symbol of the governor's office. Nah. The header says Melee Government Employment Contract. Cushy edition. Yoink! The header says Melee Government Employment Contract. Well, this inner tube has no use here. Kudu jerky pretzels. It's an empty pretzel bowl. I wish I had some grog to wash that down with. There's nothing but crumbs left. If I go around offering these to everyone and everything I see, I won't have any for myself. It has all sorts of exciting tropical drink suggestions. I don't have a full bar. Let's see what it says. My dearest Elaine, if you are reading this, then you are married and I am dead. Now that you've finally settled down with a fearless pirate husband, it's time for you to claim the final pieces of your family's heritage. At the Lucre Island Municipal Bank, you'll find a safe deposit chest under my name. Among other things, the chest contains the deed to the Marley Mansion. Never lose sight of this deed. Furthermore, the chest also contains my wedding gifts to you. I'm sorry that I was unable to deliver them in person. But I go to my grave confident that you've chosen a man I would be proud to call grandson. Lastly, and most importantly, the chest contains the keys to the most terrifying secret in the Caribbean. A secret 10 times as terrifying as Big Whoop? The secret of the ultimate insult! Yipes! If the unholy power of the ultimate insult ever found its way into the wrong hands, there's no telling what sorts of hex-spawn mischief could be unleashed upon our fun-loving pirate citizens. Guard these secrets with your life, and know that no matter where you are, your grandfather is watching over you. With all my love, Horatio Torquemada Marley. How sweet! P.S. If your deadbeat parents come around looking for a handout, tell them to take a long walk off a short gangplank. Let's see. Blah blah blah, Lucre Bank. Yada yada, safe deposit chest. Deed to the mansion, good. Wedding gifts, good. Ultimate insult, bad. Yours truly, H.T. Marley. It's a cute little music box. Hey, there's a bottle of fine grog behind this music box. It's a broken sword. It's an old, cracked sword. It's a whole heck of a lot of sponges. It's a bunch of sponges. It's a small handful of sponges. It's a bottle of the 67 Chateau de Spittle, a fine vintage grog with an insouciant flavor and a saucy aftertaste. Hey, there's a little pile of sponges under this. No thanks, that thing reeks. It smells somewhat like hickory smoked fish. It smells sort of like flowers, growing in a cesspool. It smells a little like fish snot. It smells a tiny bit like a corpse floating in a bog. It smells kind of like a lumberjack wiped his armpits with it. It has the faintest whiff of something nice, though. This hanky has PP embroidered on it. I highly doubt that this belonged to Grandpa Marley. It's a little dead fish used for fishing bait. Ew. It's sharp and hooky. Ow, that's sharp. Nah, that doesn't need to get hooked. It's a wooden hand. It's a wooden hand infested with termites. It's a chewed up wooden hand. I'm using the hand. It looks pretty lifelike, but it feels too stretchy to be real. No thanks. My skin is perfectly fine the way it is. There are directions to Pegnose Pete's house. Weird. Looks more like a train schedule to me. The name on it says, it has all sorts of useless information, such as prosthetic prescriptions, address, phone number, allergies. This cane has an almost imperceptible crack in it. Hey, I can hear the termites. Must be dinner time. It's a pile of sawdust. If I had a hamster, I could use this stuff for bedding. There, that should make the concoction smell interesting. Nothing smells better than cedar cologne. It's a full bottle of perfume. It's called Eau de la Chuck. Now you can smell like the most infamous pirate the Caribbean has ever known. Warning, the contents of this bottle should not be used on or near animals, anyone with a heart condition, or pregnant women. Phew, this stuff smells bad, even for a pirate. That smells fine the way it is. It's a chest clock. It's just a clock with a timer. It's a little perfume spritzer filled with water. It's an empty perfume spritzer. It's a little perfume spritzer with a bunch of stuff in it. There's nothing in this bottle. The contents of this bottle are too dry to spritz. Hey, this smells exactly like that hanky, only stronger. It smells like water. This almost smells like that hanky, except the hanky smells more like hamster bedding, except the hanky smells more like hamster bedding, and more fishy, except the hanky smells more fishy, except the hanky smells more fishy, and more pleasant, except the hanky smells more pleasant, except the hanky smells more pleasant, and more mucky, except the hanky smells more mucky. What a distinct aroma. Nah, I prefer to keep this to myself and a select group of close friends. It's a pleasant-smelling flower. This flower sure smells pleasant. Although that might look better with a flower, I think I'll hang on to it. There, that should make my concoction smell better. Nothing smells better than flowers. That's the second biggest duck I've ever had in my pants. Moo! What kind of weird duck are you? Ew, greasy. I guess they use it on these Iron Maiden spikes to allow smooth impaling. No, I get enough grease eating fish and chips. That's greasy enough as it is. This pole seems to be missing something at the top. Hey, the hook snapped right in there. This pole has a hook jammed into the end of it. It's an empty Scupperware container. It's filled with stinky bait. There's a little glowing fish sealed inside. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Phew. Better close this back up before I attract sharks. No, my little fish might escape if I open it. I don't think the fishies are gonna just swim into an empty Scupperware container without some incentive. There, now my bait will stay fresh. I can't fit any more bait in there. I better not open it or my little fishy might escape. I already have something in there. Well, that doesn't need to be kept fresh. It's the stolen booty from the bank. A tiny screw. I'll bet it goes to Pegnose's prosthetic nose. Now I can clear the good name of Guybrush Threepwood. Wonder what this little brass screw could be used for. It's a prosthetic nose. Booger-free, too. No, my current nose works perfectly fine. Grog Jr. All the great grog taste with only 2% of the alcohol. That is so wrong. Ugh, gross. This coupon is redeemable at any Planet Threepwood diner and is good for 1 Silver Monkey mug meal. Offer expires 12/25, void where prohibited, not valid in conjunction with any other offers or to employees or slaves of the Planet Threepwood conglomerate. This person doesn't work at Planet Threepwood. Hyperglue. Shaken's no use because it won't come loose. Sounds like some pretty potent stuff. I would rather not make that sticky. It's a reasonably good caricature of me with the Silver Monkey mug. If this picture was on an actual mug, it could actually pass as the real thing. If it was dark, and the person looking was stupid. It doesn't seem to do anything by itself. I don't think that would accomplish much. Now I can stick this on something. It's an overpriced, trendy mug with the Star Buccaneers logo on it. There's nothing in it. Gee, this might actually pass as the real thing. The caricature won't stay on the mug by itself. That's a good idea, but I think it would be easier to put the glue on whatever I want to stick to it. Well, look at that. This may actually pass as the real thing. Perhaps I should keep this thing to myself, until I need it. I only have this one thing. I better not do that here. I don't think it would be a good idea to take anything out right now. Better not. I think I should keep it to myself for now. I don't have a thing to my name. I wonder what that is. I can't use this. Not picking that up. Nah, I don't think so. There's no way that's gonna fit in my pants. I can't reach it. It's empty. It's locked. It won't budge. With what? I don't think that would help anything. Nobody there. Right. That's huge. No. That wouldn't be very nice. That would be against the pirate's code. I would, but it's full. Despite the great fun it would be, I'm not moving any furniture today. Not now. I'd rather not. That's not how you use one of those. Why would I want that? I already did that. I've already got some of that. I really don't need it. That's as far as it goes. It's nailed down. It's open. It's closed. It's a ladder. There's not enough room here for that. Not here. That's a good idea. Wish the designers had thought of it. Nah, too obvious. I could think of about 1,000,000 uses for that object. Too bad the designers don't want me to have it. Ah, the lovely Mrs. Threepwood. Nah, I think there was something in our marriage vows about that. I got the girl in the last game. It's a government paper of some sort. This inner tube looks as though it's been subjected to unspeakable stresses. Wow, these little sponges really expand. That might make it smell neat, but this bait is way too big to stuff in there. They're using it right now. Wow, this chest is filled with all kinds of valuable junk. I'm guessing that there's nothing of much value in here anymore. I'm afraid to rummage through this, lest I get my fingerprints all over everything. I have no idea what to do with this. Maybe someone else does. There's nothing useful left in there. There's something scratched into the bottom of this. It says, Mindy loves Fred. It says, Cindy loves Fred. It says, Wendy loves Fred. It says, Mindy loves Ned. It says, Cindy loves Ned. It says, Wendy loves Ned. It says, Mindy loves Jed. It says, Cindy loves Jed. It says, Wendy loves Jed. But scratched out right next to that, it says, Jerry loves Mindy. But scratched out right next to that, it says, Jerry loves Cindy. But scratched out right next to that, it says, Jerry loves Wendy. But scratched out right next to that, it says, Larry loves Mindy. But scratched out right next to that, it says, Larry loves Cindy. But scratched out right next to that, it says, Larry loves Wendy. But scratched out right next to that, it says, Harry loves Mindy. But scratched out right next to that, it says, Harry loves Cindy. But scratched out right next to that, it says, Harry loves Wendy. What a weird place to profess your love for someone. I don't think she'd like that. I don't think he'd like that. This is the second largest duck I've ever held. And I ripped my face out of the picture first. With a sword. With a pistol. With a pile of treasure. And a peg leg. And an eye patch. And a parrot on my shoulder. Reading a book down by the fire. Washing dishes with one hand and mopping the floor with the other. swinging a dead mouse around while entangled in a fishing net. He made me look all goofy and cartoony. Guess it fooled them. They still think this is the real monkey mug. I don't want a cheap imitation. It's one of the many proud monkeys of Monkey Island. Here, have a banana. Here, monkey, monkey, monkey. Hey, monkey, look what I've got. I don't want to get monkey cooties all over that. So, I see you are trained in the arts of monkey combat. I have no idea what he just said, but somehow I feel mildly insulted. It's Elaine's pet monkey, Timmy. Here, have a banana. He's already following me. I don't want to make him sick. I don't think Timmy would like that. It seems to have fallen into the machinery. It's a Stanco brand weed whipper. It slices and dices your strongest weeds into table salad. Got it. I need to use this on something. That's not a weed and it doesn't need to be whipped. It's an ordinary banana. It's 2 ordinary bananas. It's a whole bunch of ordinary bananas. I don't want any more bananas. Ow, ow, ow. That wouldn't go well with bananas. It's a gold-plated banana picker with a man-shaped handle. It's a gold-plated banana picker. Hey, the handle of this is shaped like a little man. Funny that I didn't notice that last time I had this thing. It's not so useful without a banana to pick. It's not so useful without a hard-to-reach object to pick up. It's a little metal milk bottle. It's useless. Is it just me, or do these things look like they'd make good bowling balls? What fun is it to juggle just one thing? It says HT on it. I don't play the accordion. What tiny shields? They must have been used in really tiny battles. My makeshift cymbals. What a pretty bronze hat. Too much monkey hair in there for me. Wow, I actually get to use this banana picker more than once. This banana picker is really starting to come in handy. I sure am glad I've got this banana picker. Gee, I don't know what I'd do without this banana picker. This banana picker sure makes solving puzzles easy. I wonder how I ever got along before I had this banana picker. It's a small packing sponge. It's a packing sponge. It's a large packing sponge. No thanks. A grog this old could probably eat through most of my internal organs. Ugh. My current liver is functioning just fine. These feet are huge. Maybe later. This thing is rusty. Only cows need more than one stomach. Now I've got the guts to do anything. I don't have the nerve to use these guts. This thing looks more like a bilge pump than a heart. I like my current heart just fine. My heart belongs to Elaine. I can't give it away. This invention is really ahead of its time. The day I need a prosthetic head is the day I need a new, what's the word, oh yeah, brain. Behind every great pirate, there's a great butt. No thanks. If worst comes to worst, I'll use my own. That's curious. It doesn't seem to be moving. It's a rather unspectacular duck. I'm sure this is useful, but how? Ouch! That sure is hot. I better do something with it soon. I can't hang on to it much longer. I don't think this coal will be of any use by itself. They're a pair of old wooden earrings. And they're pink. Nah, I don't think they'd go with my outfit. This new pen necklace invention of mine will make me millions. People will be able to write at any time whether they want to or not. This necklace looks new. I wonder how I got in with the rest of these old heirlooms. I've had enough constricting jewelry for one adventure. Now the wearer of this necklace will always be able to find a pen. This pen says Second Bank of Lucre on it. It must have fallen into the chest during the robbery. I'd hate to think that Grandpa Marley stole it. I need something to write on. I'm not very talented when it comes to drawing. It's got a map on one side and a picture of the ultimate insult on the other. It's Meat Hook's painting, modified to show the route to Jambalaya Island. It's a painting from Meat Hook's Blue period, depicting what appears to be the entire Tri-Island area. No comment. This paintbrush seems pretty solid. I've got nothing to paint on. I don't have any paint, not to mention any artistic ability. Ice-cold, refreshing grog. No grog until my errands are finished? They're cheap, crummy, mass-produced wooden chopsticks. I don't think so. Every time Elaine tries to teach me how to use these things, I end up with a bowl of hot sake in my lap. It's a coin. I'm rich! I can't use it while it's sitting there. Well, that doesn't need any money. It's a silver mug that looks a lot like a monkey head. Spooky. This thing is scary looking. After all the work I went through to get this thing, there's no way I'm just gonna drink from it. I think they would notice if I just snatched their beloved monkey mug and ran off with it. There must be some way to grab it, but make them think it's still here. There! I'm 2/3 of the way to having my own personal ultimate insult. It's an empty Star Buccaneers Grogachino cup. It's a frosty cup of Star Buccaneers Grogachino. Woohoo! Talk about your eye openers. I feel like I just drank an entire coffee plantation, donkeys and all. Oh, I think the Grogachino's wearing off. Ugh, this thing looks almost as bad as it tasted. It's a mini bagel with some artificial lox and cream cheese spread on it. There's no way I'm putting that back in my mouth. Well, here goes nothing. Oh. Good gravy, that tastes horrible. Ugh. It says I'm globally certified and physically fit to compete in any Tri-Island area world diving competitions. It just doesn't match my shoes. I feel like a dork wearing this here. Pointy. It's a golden trophy of a man in a classic arms overhead diving pose. Hey, there's a picture of Ed the diving judge in here. But that blonde he's with is definitely not his lovely red-headed wife. And that must be his beautiful blonde wife that he's with. It's a brochure for Stan's timeshare. It's a parrot whistle. It's a cute little whistle. I can't imagine what's so piratey about it. Kinda sounds like a parrot. I guess there aren't any parrots within range. The lighter side of walking the plank. Snappy answers to stupid insults. The hearse of Monkey Island. A Scab magazine parody. Captain Sergio's marginally funny etchings. You know you're a cabin boy when... Wow, Pot's Ribby bounces. Who knew? What, me scurvy? More junk from the usual gang of idiot pirates. It's a classic 1582 Mercedes-Benz racing schooner. I outgrew toys like this weeks ago. It's a rare LeChucky Pirate Mon gaming card. I won't risk putting this card into play unless it's absolutely necessary. I haven't been this proud of an accomplishment since... Wait a minute. I'm not proud of this. As a matter of fact, I should burn this before anyone catches me with it. No way! I'm not showing this to anyone or anything. This little Guybrush puppet sure is cute. On the other hand, literally, this LeChuck puppet is downright creepy. I better put these away before Kasaba flings a cannonball at me. Hello there, little Guybrush. Arr, talk to me. No, talk to me! That's it. I'm not talking to either of you. It's the tiny bronzed pirate hat of a tiny bronzed pirate. Shiny. It's too heavy to use as a hat. It's made of bronze. These things seem to want to be together, but I think there's something missing. All I need now is the part that looks like a golden man. All I need now is the hat. That looks just like the picture of the ultimate insult. I don't think it'll work until it's complete. I'm not exactly sure how to use it. The ultimate insult is now complete. Soon I will be the most powerful pirate in the Caribbean! If only I knew how to use this thing. It's a cedar-smelling pile of wood shavings. Promotion subject to change, so don't bug us if it does. I better put these away before Miss Rivers confiscates them. Arr, I don't want to talk to that. I don't feel like talking right now. Arr, you sissy. No, I'd feel too goofy. Arr! Oh, shut up. I'm Guybrush Threepwood, mighty but... No, you're not. I'm Guybrush Threepwood. You're both wrong. I'm Guybrush Threepwood. Give up, LeChuck. You'll never defeat me. Please don't hurt me, Guybrush. I'd better put these away before Kasaba thinks we're conspiring against him and shoots his cannon at me. Elaine would probably kill me if I went around misusing this. I'm already a government employee. I think. I already have the cushiest job on the island. I'm not sure if Elaine would approve of that. That won't help anything. No, this is a very personal letter. For Elaine. And me. A broken sword wouldn't help. That doesn't need to be sliced up. That doesn't need a sponge. That'd be a waste. I don't really need to wipe that. This broken, rusty old sword wouldn't cut butter, let alone bait. I guess this isn't the right kind of bait for that. I don't think that needs a fake arm. That doesn't need fake skin. I've created a monster. Ooh, that's not a pretty sight. It's alive! I think I've got a bit more fine-tuning before I can take this... thing out for a test run. Now my creation is complete. A fake liver won't help that. I prefer to keep my feet to myself. Only cows need more than one stomach. That doesn't need a prosthetic stomach. I don't think guts would work with that. I'll keep it for now because 2 heads are better than 1. That's just plain sick. After all I've done to get this, I think I'll hang on to it. I better hang on to this in case I need to give it back. That doesn't need wood shavings. These heirlooms are too valuable to waste on that. Those things really don't go together. The ultimate insult looks like it's comprised of 3 parts. A silver monkey head, a bronze hat, and a golden man. I wonder how it works. If I go around showing off the plans to the ultimate insult, then someone might gather and assemble it before me. That won't appreciate the painting like I do. That doesn't need a painting with a map to Jambalaya Island on it. That doesn't need painting. As much as I'd like to, the harbor mistress wouldn't like it. And she scares me. No, my grog. It says it can only be redeemed by staff of Planet Threepwood. I don't really want to show this off. I don't think I should be flashing this thing around in here. They look similar, but I don't think they're quite that dumb here. That doesn't need a caffeine buzz. I think I'd like to try it myself first. I'm keeping this. Hey, there's a picture of that grouchy diving judge in here. There's a big picture of some couple in here that I don't recognize. I'm not trading this to anyone. No, I need to use it in my ultimate insult. That doesn't seem like a good use for this. Although driving Pegnose out of his house with cheesy music seems like a good idea, I think I'll have to try something harsher. Ooh, this thing reeks. Nothing like the smell of rotting bait to woo the ladies. No, this is a collection of experimental prosthetic devices. That's probably not a good idea. I'd better not. Grog is super bad for the liver. I think this smells bad enough the way it is. I'd better not. Over the years, I've learned the hard way that it's unwise to bait a duck. Looks like high-quality wood, though. That doesn't look like it needs picking. I can't quite reach it with my hands. That needs a coconut like it needs a big frilly hat. This hat doesn't really go with that. I'm not giving that back. I'm not giving that back. I worked too hard for it. It's a painting. Curious. Seems to be made out of wax. It's just the usual skullduggery. I'm not picking that up. Think that I've blown up enough boulders for the day. I don't think they'd like that. Oi! I want a life-size chocolate pirate ship. And not the hollow kind. That was exciting. Why? Let's talk about something else. Yikes! What's that? Ahoy there, matey. Ooh, pretty flowers. Hi, Otis. Where's Carla? I don't suppose you've got any useful thoughts about the ultimate insult. Will you try to stay out of trouble this time? I shudder to think. Carry on. Hey. Hi there. Hey, there's a hidden passage back here. Oops, sorry. It goes outside. I don't think that'll fit in there. Interesting. Sorry. Ow! Ow. Excuse me. Hey! Hey, stop that! Figurehead lady? Still hanging around? What horrible abomination of nature gave you the ability to talk? You look kind of familiar. No, I don't think so. Ah! Stop! That's the scariest thing I've ever seen. What's with the surly attitude? Good point. Want to be my official ship? Ever heard of a voodoo talisman called the ultimate insult? I thought you said you never heard of the ultimate insult. But you drew a picture of the ultimate insult for me. You really don't know what the ultimate insult is, do you? I'm looking for something blue. But this is important. I need something blue, like a bride would wear at her wedding. Not for me. It would have been for my wife. I have to go now. Do you know where it is? Do you know what it looks like? I've heard it can emasculate the toughest of pirates. Are you sure you've heard of it? No, I guess I don't want to be an anchor. Did you mean that in the literal sense or the figurative? I'd make a better captain. Let's drop the anchor topic. Elaine? Rats. It's locked. Hi. I want another shot at taming the manatee. Ow! Whoa. I don't think I'm making any progress here. I have no idea how. Gee, I wonder how Elaine's doing. Hey, what are you doing with that? Thanks. I'll just be on my way.
Hey, baby, you can be my Elaine anytime.
Ugh, gross. Nope. That didn't get me anywhere. Well, that didn't seem to work. Whoops. Wow, that's the second most beautiful figurehead I've ever seen. That's the second most temperamental figurehead I've ever met. I'm not sure how I'd use this. Nothing, I guess. Darn. Hello there. It's pink. Mr. Cheese, shouldn't we steer away from those dark, portentous clouds? Mommy!
Sorry, baby.
Not in the face! Not in the face! There's no place like home! There's no place like home! Mr. Cheese, wouldn't it be easier to sail around that typhoon on the horizon? Well, I can't remove it with my bare hands. Nothing happened.
Whoa.
Have you got any snacks? I'm starving.